A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, had a little technical glitch there, a little slowdown. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Q with Q. This is our daily political briefing. It's me, your host, Quentin R. Giles. But if we're all friends, then you know you have to call me Q. Now, I want to welcome you all once more. I want to thank you for being here a little later. You know, we normally do this at 7, but today I had some things to do. I had to hop over and do a Instagram Live with Fat Man Scoop. Then I had to go host this panel for the Delta Sigma Theta sorority alumni chapter here in my city. Oh, baby, I'm not sitting in my normal spot. Y'all ain't supposed to see all my kitchen now. And you ain't supposed to see all that back there, but okay. But I am here, and I'm so thankful that you all are here. How is everyone doing? Let me know. Where are you streaming from? Go ahead and put that in the comments. You know, we all have to do a little bit of housekeeping. Make sure you like this video and share it. I have a jam-packed show for you all. I have about 4 news stories. Some of them are political. Some of them are politically cultural. I definitely went and tapped in and looked up that story surrounding Fort Hood and the disciplinary actions taken against the people there regarding sexual assault. Someone asked me that the other day, and I hadn't got a chance to look at that story. We will be talking about that a little later. We'll also be talking about what broke today with Hunter Biden being investigated by the Justice Department surrounding tax concerns and money and all of that stuff. And we'll get into it. We'll also talk about Facebook getting sued and that being a thing. So we have a jam-packed show. Before we get into the very first topic, baby, y'all know we got to talk about the Goalie Gummies. We got to talk about the Goalie Gummies. Now, I put the link in the bio. I tried to tag it, but I came on too late, or pin it at the top. There is the link right now, baby. You can get your Goalie Gummies. They are offering 20% off right now. And I have to have a question. I have a question. Tammy, I see you in here. Hey, Tammy Thurston. Hey, Tammy Thurston. Hold on, wait a minute. I got a question for Tammy and a question for anybody, because I think Crystal Osborne, I think you ordered some too. Did y'all get tracking information? And the reason I asked, oh, excuse me, y'all. Hold on now. This thing's so good. The reason I asked is because I talked to Jacob earlier. Jacob in the chat too. Hey, Jacob, I saw Jacob earlier, and Jacob said, wait a minute, them gummies, so we're still on there. Jacob said he did not get any tracking information. Okay, Tammy said her goalies came today. But did you get tracking information, or did they just show up? Because Jacob ordered some. Me and Jacob had a one-on-one earlier. Oh, let me go ahead and shout that out. Shout out to you, Jacob. I had a few one-on-ones today, Zoom one-on-one calls. Shout out to you all. That is exclusive for my Patreon people who are on the Patreon with me. That link that I just dropped for the Goalie Gummies, I'll drop it again. That is a place you can join my Patreon, and then you can sign up for your one-on-ones as well. And we just talk, have a good time, you know, whatever you want to talk about. There go Jacob. Jacob was giving me too much in the car. I'm like, child, I'm real regular, but we had a good time. Now, Jacob, hold on, because y'all, everybody, before I get into the news too, Jacob is now all of our little brother. Okay. So Tammy is I'm just going to make people. Tammy Thurston is the unofficial co-host. Okay. Jacob, let me pull up Jacob so y'all see Jacob. Jacob right there. Jacob is our unofficial little brother now. Because Jacob say he be streaming and Jacob's supposed to be in class. Now, Jacob is on his way based on our conversation earlier. Jacob is about to get his undergraduate degree. He is here from Kenya, has been here for about 4 years. So shout out to him getting his undergraduate degree. And Jacob say, normally when we come and do the show, Jacob be in class listening to him. Now, Jacob, like I told you earlier, you need to pay attention. You don't need to be listening to me. You need to pay attention. Okay? Pay attention to the class. If you fail, it is not my fault. period. So everybody tell Jacob, pay attention to class, but we doing it later. So Jacob off the hook. We ain't gonna let Jacob make it today. But no, I had a good time talking to you earlier. But no, everybody know Tim Thurston, unofficial co-host. Jacob, I should have asked you how to pronounce your last name. Nyamu. I think, did I say it right, Jacob? Nyamu. That's our unofficial little brother, okay? Because we're rooting for him to get that degree. We're rooting for him. Definitely going into the mode of finance. Okay, I got it right. Cool. He's going into that finance, potentially getting a master's degree. So we're gonna surround him with love, all the way from Kenya, our brother. Yeah. So that's that. Right, Island girl. Jacob, pay attention to class. Now we're not gonna talk about this no more here. No, but no. Thank you for coming. Okay. Housekeeping rules: dissent, not disrespect. Dissent, not disrespect. As we go through these things, particularly when we start talking about the sexual assault part, I know people can get touchy. People can have visceral reactions. We welcome opinions. We welcome dissenting opinions. Dissenting meaning not agreeing, but we do not welcome disrespect. You will be blocked. I have learned how to do the block button, and baby, I don't mind blocking you. I will be blocking trolls. Blocking trolls. Yes, I will. I will block you if you get disrespecting. Dissent, not disrespect. Also, if you are on the Facebook, there is a feature called super comments and super chats. That is a way for your comment to be featured on the screen like so. All the girls 44. See, she says dissent, not disrespect. But when you give those, that'll be an opportunity for your comment to be featured on the screen. Oh, like this. I'm about to pull up. I got questions. I already coming through, sis. Like that, like so. And we will spend some time discussing your comment. This also helps me to continue to do this thing full time. I got question says, hey, Q, can't stay tonight. Leaving now to start my shift at the hospital. Wanted to show some love. Oh, also, hey, Tammy. I tried to tell y'all that doggone Tammy Thurston. Now, Tammy is a supporter of the Patreon as well. We had our one-on-one Zoom conversation yesterday. That was pretty good. Tammy gave me some insight on the dog. If y'all been watching or been following lately, y'all know I have been thinking about a dog, but Tammy, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, sis. I don't know. I woke up today, didn't have no dog to take out, and I was like, whoop. Oh, that's that. You can give the super comments, super chats, all of that. Join the Patreon, like and subscribe, and share this content. Okay, now that we got the housekeeping out the way, we always got to do the housekeeping in the beginning. Let's get into the news because that's what everybody came here. Okay, shout out to Crystal. She said, love the Patreon and its little lives. Yes, we do randomly go live on Patreon. And you, Crystal, have you signed up for your one-on-one? I have not seen you on my one-on-one Zoom list. I haven't seen that. It comes directly to my phone when you sign up. I have it integrated so that it pops up on my calendar. So, Crystal, make sure you sign up for your one-on-one. Shout out to you on the Patreon. Now, as of today, what happened today? As of today, all 50 states have certified the election results. I mean, not that this should be a story, but it has to be a story because Donald Trump keeps making it a story. So all 50, there is no more recount. There is no more redo the votes. Ain't no more of that. All 50 states as of today have certified the vote. So I think this is Biden 15-time winning. I lost count. I lost count. I lost a little count. And furthermore, here's a little interesting tidbit because I was watching Rachel Maddow down over there on the MSNBC as she was going off right before I came on. She made mention that we are literally 1,000 hours away from Biden being sworn in. I said, well, now that's interesting. That's just a little fun tidbit. Now, I'm not going to do no stop clock for no 1,000 hours, but we're 1,000. Well, I guess less now because time has passed. So we're 999 hours away from Biden being sworn in. I'm seeing the comments. Everybody is excited. They're celebrating in the comments. We love to see it. We love to see it. Now, let's push in a little bit more. They certified. This is historic. We're not talking about a thing that has happened. Biden has won also not only the Electoral College, but he is winning or has won the popular vote by at least 7 million votes. Remember, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by 3 million against Trump and lost the Electoral College. We know how the system goes. Biden is up 7 million votes. I don't know why that's not a bigger story. Not that we need to spend so much time on it, but it's like, I don't really hear anybody talking about that. Like, oh, no. We need to talk about that. Right, and counting, because bigger states like California, they're still counting, but the state has already been called. But that's normal for them because it's so big. It's still going. It's still going. 7 million votes. That's historic. That means people showed up and showed out for Biden. Unfortunately, not so much for the Congress, because the Democrats only have at this current moment about a four seat lead. They lost some seats in the Congress, and Biden is pulling 2 people to work for him. So the Democrats are only going to have like a 2-seat majority, which is not that big of a majority. It's very slim, but that's where we are right now. But what I really want to talk about is this new wave of threats and this new wave of violence that is starting to happen. We're starting to see people pop up all over the country, pulling up on people's homes with guns, these elected officials that are charged with overseeing the election and things of that nature. And it's becoming a real thing that this is entering dangerous territory. Let me take this super comment. Jasmine Bryan, shout out to you, sis. Everybody has certified and he's still in court. Countdown to inauguration. Yeah, period. If you were here yesterday, we talked about the Supreme Court. Baby, they said, nah. They said no. They weren't even hearing the Pennsylvania congressman who tried to bring in a charge or bring a lawsuit to not get that state's vote certified. Supreme Court said, nah, we're not even finna hear it. Like, we're not even listening to this. Get out of our face. Get out of our face. So there's that. And we'll actually get into the shenanigans that's even centered around, the Texas, unfortunately, my Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, and what's going on, because that's crazy. But I really want to take notice that there is real violence happening right now, and or real threats of violence. And I have just come to the conclusion that the Republicans in power in the Senate, in the leadership of the party, is not saying anything about Trump continuously saying he won, them inciting violence. And so for me, they are complicit. They are complicit. That's period. I think we need to say it. I don't think we need to any longer say that they are somehow being held hostage. They are complicit in this. They are equal co-branch of government, and they are choosing to say nothing, knowing that people will get hurt. Like the man down there in Atlanta said, people are going to mess around and get killed, shot, maimed, harmed because of the rhetoric that this president is spewing, and because they are not bucking back. And so we don't want thoughts and prayers on the other side of it, because you are complicit in this denigration of the system. Furthermore, it lets me know that you don't love America. I'm going to keep saying it. You don't love America the way you say you do. It seems as though you only love America when it's white men in power. Now that a little color then got up in there for the second time, y'all ready to burn the whole place down. That y'all done let Obama slip through. Now y'all done let Kamala Harris, black self get up in there. Y'all don't know what to do. That is the only thing that I am led to believe, that it is a race thing. It is a threat to your personhood for whatever reason, just being black, educated, and in positions of power. And so instead of loving America and calling Trump out on his lies and calming down rhetoric and calming down people's emotions to want to to want to emote violence, you all are complicit and going along with it. And so let's just put it on the table. You don't love America like you say you do. When you show me something different, I'll say something different. Until then, that's what it is, niece. What else? Let me look at my notes. Baby, I got notes today. I got notes. Furthermore, we even saw the Arizona Republican Party. Now, you know that every state has its own party, right? So you have the larger Republican Party, larger Democrat Party, and then you have the state Republican Party, the state Democratic Party. They are micro focused on getting those state elections, those state Democrats, those state Republicans elected. So this is the state, Arizona state Republican Party. Side note, Arizona now has two Democratic senators, which one of them is occupying John McCain's old seat. The other one is occupying Jeff Flake's old seat. Arizona was a red state, but it's blue now. So the Arizona State Republican Party is almost challenging their supporters in Arizona to go out and die for Donald Trump. So much so that they retweeted one of the supporters said that they would die for their president. They would die for this to overturn or to stop the steal, if you will. And the Arizona Republican Party, a verified Arizona Republican Party account on Twitter, retweeted it and said, basically, he's ready, are you? To me, I read that as you were challenging your Republican supporters to go out and die for this man. Is y'all crazy? I mean, I guess it's gonna be a no man Pam for me. It's gonna not now. A politician is gonna ask me to die for them. It's a no. I don't care if you eradicating student loans, and y'all know how much I'm ready for these student loans to get. Why would I go? Are you crazy? Are you ready to die? Or he's ready? Are you? This stuff ought to be criminal. Something ain't right. Something is not right in the water. Something's not right in the water. And I am no longer on the side of, again, Trump is holding them hostage or they're scared of the base. At the end of the day, if you love America like you say you do, then you put country over party and you don't go out and push a death cult, which even my Attorney General Kim Paxton, which we'll talk about him earlier. For reference, Kim Paxton is also that man that was on Fox News that said old people willing to die. He's old and they all willing to die. Baby, I don't know what it is with the Republican Party. It's turning into a death cult. That's what it seems like. That is literally what it seems like. They want you to die for them. I'm not interested in those things. I'm never interested in those things. So yeah, let me get this super comment from Jacqueline Jackie. Thank you so much, sis. Shout out. Oh, she coming with a high dollar super chat. Okay. Hey, that is not to put pressure on people to do this or match her giving. This is just what's on her heart to give. And so we thank you and we accept it. If anybody wants to give a lower amount, I was talking to somebody earlier and I was like, hey, this is not a thing. Please don't break the bank, but we appreciate it because it definitely helps. So Jack Winnett says, one of my friends made a good point that the independents showed up for Biden/Kamala, not to mention the ex-Republicans who voted for Biden. Well, there's a two-tier with that, right? They showed up for them. Biden is there, but if you really think about it, and I think I've said this in one of my commercials. I'm looking at a commercial in one of my videos before that the Republican Party at large didn't really pay a price, right? Because Mitch McConnell's still there, Lindsey Graham's still there, Susan Collins still there. Not Doug Jones. Doug Jones is a Democrat in Alabama. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Tom Tillis, all them still there. So they didn't really pay a price. They just rebuked Donald Trump, but they still left his enablers in place. So, I guess Donald Trump's racism was a little too much. But you could still you could still come back to Republicanism, but somehow they weren't linking, the representatives with him. But yeah, independents definitely showed up and showed out. Hopefully we got some independents and some people down there in Georgia because we need the people down there in Georgia to vote because I don't want Joe Biden to have no room to say he couldn't do nothing. I don't want no room. And if the Senate is maintained by the Republicans, then he will have that room to be able to say that. And I'm just not in the mood to hear those things. I want things done. Okay. I want things done. Things have been done the last 4 years for people that don't look like me. I want things done. So I need the people down in Georgia to get it together. And I say all that to say, with people not living in reality and causing chaos and violence, we find out, child, that Melania Trump is ready to go. There was a quick little report that say, baby, she's ready to leave the White House. She talking about she just ready to go home. Sis in there packing. Now, this is per the reports. Sis in there packing. She's ready to go. All the while Trump is saying he didn't lose and this and that. She didn't want to be there from the beginning. I've not forgotten that sis did not move into the White House in the beginning. Not to say that she had to. It's just the hypocrisy, right? I didn't really care where she lived, to be quite honest. But you would never be able to convince me if Michelle Obama said, I'm going to wait a few weeks because I don't really feel like coming down into the White House, even though you won, y'all, they would have never let that go. That would have been a thing. that woman didn't even want to come to the White House to begin with. And furthermore, we also had that leaked audio. She kind of skated kind of by because they end up catching the COVID, right? That leaked audio about her, I'm not going to say hating Christmas, but basically not really wanting to do the performative roles of the first lady and denigrating the idea of the things she was supposed to do. Sis don't want to be there, and y'all keep trying to force us down her throat. Oh, she's so regal. Oh, she's so this. She don't even want to be there. Like her husband is not even best. Remember, be best? Like her husband's not even doing the be best thing. So reportedly, she's ready to get on up out the door. Bye, girl. We'll help you pack here. We'll help you pack. So that's that. But I wanted to talk about Ken Paxton because I told y'all yesterday as well that Ken. Side note: make sure you share this with somebody. Just text it to them, like the video, all of that. Help the algorithm push that thing on through. All right. So Texas. I'm here in Texas. Ken Paxton, our Attorney General. Hold on, I'm gonna get me another Golden Gummy. I want one. I'm a little hungry right now. But these ain't good. Okay. I'm gonna be out of goalies again before you know it. But anyway, so I told y'all yesterday that Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General, has filed a lawsuit against Georgia, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, all the way up to the Supreme Court, or trying to get to the Supreme Court, to allege that they somehow did something wrong with the votes and that it should be thrown out. Basically, their attempt to overturn the election. Now, here's the gag. We found out today 17 other attorneys generals jumped on this lawsuit. That means 17 other Republican state attorney generals have jumped onto this lawsuit with Ken Paxton. What's happening in the world? Like, what's happening? Are you okay? No, are you okay? Somebody made a comment like, is it 17 others that are y'all under criminal indictment as well that we don't know about? So you looking for a pardon? Because it's like, what's the reason? What's the reason that you all are doing this? They need to be sanctioned. I wish I had a lawyer in the comments to ask me, somebody needs to file something with the bar. Because this should be ridiculous. You should not be able to bring knowingly bring frivolous lawsuits, especially at the expense of public discourse. Like, that shouldn't be a thing. Can somebody tell me if that, like, does the Bar Association sanction them people? Can you investigate their law license? Do you put tickets on the law license? Like, what is the repercussions for that as a practicing attorney to do such a thing? What's the repercussions? That's what I need to know, because something's not right about it. I'm gonna take a quick break, y'all. Y'all know I got commercials and stuff, so let me run this real quick, okay? Listen, you all know I am on my health kick right now, and one thing that I miss is cookies. So I am super excited that I got a healthy alternative, some vegan cookies. Okay, get into the veganism of it all. It's the veganism for me. Shout out to Samaya Nicole brand for making me these delicious vegan cookies based right here in Houston, Texas. You all can follow her at Samaya Nicole brand on Instagram. Wait a minute. Baby, you won't be disappointed. Let me go eat these cookies, Tamara. Yeah, shout out to Samaya Nicole brand. Those cookies were good. I'm getting me some next month. I cannot wait. Jacqueline and Jackie, I see you in the comments. Look, the Goalie Gummies is so good. They are so freaking good. I'm trying to tell you, like, I purposely didn't eat some early because I was like, I know I'm bringing this up here, and if it's in my hand, I'm going to eat them. So yeah, let me drop the link as well, so you all can get you some goalies and all that other good stuff. So let's jump into, we found out today, breaking news that Hunter Biden is being investigated, which I was like, wait, whoa, what happened? Hunter Biden is being investigated by the Justice Department. Now, Hunter himself was the one that came out and let us know Excuse me. Okay, thank you, Tracy. I see your comment. Thank you. Please do. Hunter Biden came out and let us know that he was made aware per his legal counsel that he is under investigation. It's a U.S. Attorney General in Delaware. So the Delaware U.S. Attorney General, so that's at the federal level, is investigating. Excuse me. Is it? Hold on. Let me pause because this is such a good super comment. Correct, Jen N. Correct. We don't claim Ken like that. We don't claim Ken like that, okay? And I'm saying like that intentionally. We don't claim him like that down here in Texas, okay? Correct, Jen. Correct. I don't know. I can't even. I can't even. And you know he's gonna try to run for governor of Texas. Somebody's saying that our current governor, Greg Abbott, is gonna try to run for president. So you know that means Ken Paxton is the lieutenant governor right now. He's gonna try to run. So annoying. Another super comment. Hey, thank you so much. Keep them coming, please. Aaron E. Let's see. You said if they are arguing fraud and there is none, they can be sanctioned and possibly disbarred. It's one of the reasons why two of the Trump's longtime lawyers released him as a client, as it was a conflict. What you say now? What you say? Not disbarment. It sounds like a little disbarment needs to take place because this is ludicrous. I mean, like, this is absolutely ludicrous. Like, if there was some legitimacy to it, okay, great. By all means, exert your legal avenues and all of that. But there is none. The elections person that you appointed said this was the most secure election, period. There is no widespread voter fraud. Just stop. Why don't you want people to vote? Why don't you want people to cast votes? Because this is more than voter suppression. What Ken Paxton and them doing, they want the whole state to be thrown out. So no matter who you vote for, like, it doesn't even make sense on the other side, right? So that means the Republicans that won there, you want those votes to be thrown out. And so it will be interesting to ask the Republicans in the states that they're targeting. So do you support the lawsuit that the Texas Attorney General and them are bringing? Because technically that means we got to throw your votes out that you won. Like, and if you actually want to see, so do you agree? Like, was there or no? So yeah, we need to look at some disbarment because this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. People want appropriate legal representation, and you are doing this at the expense of the public's discourse, and we do not agree. Thank you, Aaron E, for that super comment and that education. We need to look at that. Can somebody tell me, how do we file a complaint? How do we file a complaint? Thank you. Let me know that. So back to Hunter Biden. He let us know that he's under investigation. Now, he's under investigation for financial issues. What they're looking for is if Hunter and associates violated tax money laundering, or was there some tax money laundering in the business dealings with foreign countries, particularly China. And so that's what we found out today. There's not much more to go off on there, but I will say this as far as a cultural analysis or political analysis, not a cultural one. I don't suspect that Joe Biden will intervene, right? This is just me. He could, but I don't suspect that he will intervene. Also, it's interesting to me. We did find out that they were already investigating him. So this isn't a new thing, right? But that they didn't make it public, or that they put a pause on where they were based on Justice Department guidelines that you don't bring a case so close to the election that would have the appearance of trying to meddle in the election. So that's good to know that they actually followed that guardrail kind of held up. So they were already doing this, but they paused, didn't make it public prior to the election. So that oh my gosh, could you imagine? Could you just imagine if they had made it public? So, okay, cool. They've made it public now. The election is over. They've made it public. Cool. If you're investigating them, hey, go for it. If there's legitimacy to the investigation. I don't think that Biden will interfere, but I also think, or in the same breath, this is an opportunity for him to show the country how you do this thing, how you stand back and let it happen. And then Biden also needs to stand back, and the investigations into Trump and his children need to go forth, because they are legitimately investigating your child, right? So now it hits close to home, just like with Trump. You as the president, we expect you to not intervene. especially if you've run on let's restore the soul of the nation and no one is above the law, then you have to model that behavior because now you are the leader and you are in that position. So I don't expect that he will. I don't suspect that he will. But I think in that, that would be a perfect political cover, if you will, because, we've talked about him not really wanting his administration to be wrapped up in Trump prosecutions. But that would be a perfect contrast, pretty much like we're already seeing even with the COVID. Is if that he steps back, lets the investigation happen of his son, don't interfere. And when you appoint this new attorney general and they get confirmed, they go ahead and do them investigations on Trump and them, unless he's pardoned himself. And then, we have to have that legal battle. But you stay out of that as well. And you let Trump ramp and rave and all this other stuff. And you continue to be the leader like you've been, just like with the COVID, even though you don't have the power to do anything, you definitely stepped up around the COVID and holding these briefings in a safe way, letting the American people know what your plans are, especially with the first 100 days and masking. And you just keep doing that and you let the contrast speak for itself. So I say all that to say, as they investigate your churn, let them go ahead and investigate Trump and his churn. And period. Pooh. Niece. Let's see. Aaron E with another super comment. Okay, that's what's up. Let's go. Aaron E says it's another stunt. Trump's kids get investigated. 1 week later, this is announced. Trump looking for a pardon, or he wants Biden to tell investigators to protect him / his family. I don't think that will work. I don't think that will work at all. Me personally, I don't see Biden giving him a pardon or anything. And I don't think it's a stunt because they did say that they were already, and you find on the mistakes. You good, sis. I see your other comment. That I don't see Biden having that type of barter with Trump. I just don't see that. I don't see him doing that. Even more so, I don't see him calling Trump for assistance. I don't see that either. Why would he? I see Biden calling Obama, maybe even calling Bush, calling Clinton. Somebody needs to swing by and see Jimmy Carter. Okay. Jimmy had that fall not too long ago. We need to swing by Jimmy, see what Jimmy doing. But I don't even see him calling Trump like that. So I don't think it's a stunt. I think they are legitimately investigating him. That's what it seems like. But I think that there's a contrast that can be made if he, stands out of it and let the system play out. If your son did something, then you got to answer for that. If he didn't, then we'll move on and go away. But you let the process play out. So that's what I have to say about that. Thank you so much for your super comments, sis. Thank you so much. So now let's move into the sexual assault or sexual trauma surrounding Fort Hood and that story that broke the other day. Like I told y'all in the beginning of this live, I had not looked at that when it broke. I saw that the news broke, but that wasn't a story that I read that day. So I went back and I read it, and I have like a page and a half full of notes. So we'll kind of walk through that, and I'll try to be as careful as I can to not really trigger people because I know emotions can get revved up, especially on this topic because people have had their own experiences, sexual assault and trauma, rape as well, and all those things. So what we found out, or what happened the other day, was the Army actually fired and or suspended 14 officers and enlisted soldiers at Fort Hood, Texas. If Fort Hood, Texas sounds familiar, that's where a lot of sexual assault cases have been popping up. Most notably, our girl, Vanessa, and I'm going to say her last name wrong, so y'all forgive me. Y'all know how I am with the names. I'm going to just say Vanessa G. I'm going to say that. So we saw that happen. What also happened was that there was an order in the string of firing, in the string of reprimanding someone. There was an ordering of policy changes to address the chronic failures of leadership that contributed to violence. That includes murder, sexual assault, and harassment. All that basically means, in regular people terms, is that they are making a commitment to overhaul policy changes, to overhaul how they do things, so that there is more transparency and that people won't hopefully be assaulted in such a way, not assaulted period, but assaulted in such a way. Also, 3 top commanders were fired, and 2 others were suspended pending further investigation. So that's something else that happened in this barrage of shakeup. Also, a new order to investigate, a new ordered investigation into staffing procedure at the base's Criminal Investigations and Command Unit. So what that is basically there's this unit on the base that investigates these types of things, or abuses, or what we would call crimes in like our normal lives, crimes of that nature on the base. And so there has been an investigation ordered into that unit and how they're investigating and carrying out, recommending whatever they recommend based on crimes that they find. And so all this is coming after a year, and this is what I didn't know, after a year of 25 soldiers at Fort Hood dying either to suicide, homicide, or accidents. And that includes our girl, Vanessa. Also, when I told you all, there was a news story, but it disappeared really quickly. Sergeant Elder Fernandez, also at Fort Hood, was found, and he's one of those in that number I quoted, was found about 30 miles away from the base, hanging from a tree. Local authorities say that it was, there's no foul play, so I guess it was a suicide. But what led to that, the family's lawyer says, is that he had been assaulted by a commander higher than him. And then when that got, I guess he reported it, and when it got out, he was harassed, he was bullied, he was transferred, all these things, and ultimately, reportedly, he hung himself. So I say all that to say that was the story. That's what happened the other day, and what I had not read at that time. So the question that I got asked the other day was, how does this change things? Does this change anything? Do you think this is all performative? Basically meaning they're just firing people for the sake of firing people and nothing will change. I have long heard of the history of sexual assault and trauma in the military, not just at this particular base, but at large. And so it's clear that there is a culture there that needs to be rooted out. Do I think these changes will change things at that base? Maybe. I think if we continue to apply pressure and keep an eye out on it, absolutely. But I think at large, it's going to really come, I think, leadership from the top, leadership from the top, to make sure that new policies and procedures are in place for the military at large. Somebody is saying in the comments, hold on, it just moved. The investigation was led by civilian and ex-military, calling and writing for there to be an investigation. Got it. Okay. So yeah, the culture is clearly sadistically pervasive. And I would hope that does change. Now, I'm not sure if anyone has ever experienced sexual assault. It's a violation. It is a real violation on your personhood. And what's interesting, interesting is not the right word. What is sad is, we praise people for going to the military. We thank you for your service. We do all that performative stuff right on our civilian side to said people, and people sign up to serve the country in various capacities. I think the sad part is absolutely, yes, the assault that takes place, the bullying, the harassment, the rape, the murder. But it's the cover up for me. It feels like it's a continuous cover up until somebody blows up the spot, and then we find out, and then some form of some type of justice potentially is had. And even then, what has justice really looked like in response to the abused and their perpetrators, especially if you just moving, people around? Like, kind of reminds me of, come on, let's talk about it. Not trying to step on nobody's toes, but like that whole Catholic Church young boy sexual abuse scandal, just moving folks around. Even this new thing that we're finding out, or that I'm finding out about the Boy Scouts, just moving folks around when they get found out. It's like I'm not understanding the cover up. Those are things I'm not understanding. That is far beyond a no man Pam for me. That is horrendous. That is completely unacceptable. So I think even more sadly, it's the cover up for me. It's the not holding people accountable. I think you get kind of used to certain things or certain crimes people getting away with. Not that we should, but it's like, I guess that's one of those things where it's like you raped somebody, like that, and that's not a laugh at that. That's like you hold rape people. Like, no, absolutely not. No. So that's what I think about that. Man, Jacqueline Jackie, you are on fire today with the super comments, sis. Thank you so much. Now look, don't break the bank fooling with me here, but thank you. Jacqueline Jackie says, I do believe there will be extreme changes because it's been made public. You know, with Biden coming in and this new leadership at the top, potentially at the top of the Pentagon, I think so too. And I think that's where it has to come from. The tone has to be set at the top. You know, even if I'm trying to make a correlation with the Trump administration, how so much corruption was happening beneath him. That's because so much corruption was happening with him. And so the old saying is true: the fish rots from the head. So it's going to take that new leadership to come in and to actually implement real change. I'm going to pull this comment up because, Jen, I think, weren't you the one that actually brought this conversation up? I'm going to pull your comment up. Jen N says, I'm a survivor and already go through trauma mentally without the bullying from your fellow soldiers. This needs to be better resourced all around. Absolutely. So, absolutely. I don't really know what's appropriate to say. You're here. We see you. We value you. I don't know if it's necessarily appropriate to say, I'm sorry you went through that, but I am. But we see you and we thank you for being here. And we thank you because I do think you were the one that brought this up the other day, if I'm not mistaken. I think you were the one. So thank you for bringing it up because it pushed me to go actually read it because I saw it and I kept moving so that we can have this conversation. And that the 100+ people that are watching right now are tuning into the conversation and have to think about what's being said and what's being put out there. So thank you, Jen. Thank you. So let's move right along to the Facebook lawsuit. Now, I said, hold on. Wait, let me get some water before I transition. So let's move along to the Facebook lawsuit that came out. And I was like, wait a minute. Who what? Now, what's interesting to me, you know, we talked about this, the Texas Attorney General filing a lawsuit to sue other states and 17 other attorney generals jumped on that. Well, 48 attorneys generals is on this lawsuit against Facebook. And y'all know we have 50 states. That's all but 2 states. That is all but 2 states have jumped on this lawsuit. Not only are the 48 attorney generals on this lawsuit, but the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, has filed a lawsuit against Facebook today. Now, what they're alleging, they are accusing Facebook of buying up the competition in a way that excludes competing apps, that they are breaking competition law. And so when I saw it, I was like, man, y'all are really going after the tech, huh? Y'all really going after Silicon Valley, because we did a video. If you're on my YouTube, scroll through my YouTube page. I did a video about why the Justice Department was suing Google. That was about maybe 2 months ago. So you might have to scroll back, but I did. The Google is being sued for antitrust laws, so I walked through that in that video about what that means and what they were being accused of, and that whole thing. So now, I mean, they're going after Facebook, and I mean, to be clear, Facebook will buy your company in a minute and squash you out. So they are specifically targeting their acquisition Acquisition meaning just them buying something else. They bought Instagram because Instagram is now owned by Facebook, but it wasn't originally. They bought Instagram for $1 billion, and they also bought WhatsApp for $19 billion. And what they're alleging is that they are buying these apps to corner and dominate the market. And then these little apps that try to pop up and compete, they either buy them out or smush them out. In features and all these other things. They do things to where it makes it harder to compete. Now, on one end, somebody might say, well, that's just the nature of business. Like, if I can get you out, I can get you out. But there are certain things you can't do because everybody loves capitalism so much, remember? Which is not let me not go off on a tangent. But you cannot like own a monopoly. There has to be reasonable access to the pie, if you will. So they are suing them. They're asking the judge also to block any acquisition or just another word for purchase from Facebook from buying any other thing that's more than $10 million. Excuse me, that's more than 10. Somebody said, don't forget about Amazon. I hadn't seen the lawsuit against Amazon. You would think that's where it would be because, baby, Amazon, I'd have heard about Amazon. Amazon will wipe you out quick. But that's what they're asking for. And so that just broke today. And that's super interesting to me. That's very, very interesting to me because that lets me know that there is a real appetite to go after these tech giants. Like I said, I've already done a video on Google, why the Justice Department is suing Google. So definitely go on the YouTube and check that out. That leads me to believe that Amazon is next because we've heard about how even if you sell on Amazon and Amazon sees that like you have good sales, they'll like go into production of that thing you sell or that thing you do. And then they will put theirs as like the sponsored or always have theirs at the top. And I don't know about y'all, like when I'm on Amazon, normally I'm looking for the ones at the top because it's the easiest. And I probably scroll through the first page of the thing I'm looking for. And I'm looking for the highest one. And I'm looking for the cost, the reviews, the star rating and all that. And most likely it's at the very top. And so we found out that Amazon does that. And y'all know I love Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren was the one that made me aware of it because she was like, you have to choose. You can't be the umpire and the pitcher and the swinger, right? You can't play in the game that you're operating. That's not you, like you can't do that. So yeah, what that lets me know is there's a real appetite to go after tech and kind of clean up some of the things because I mean, technically, I guess, well, some of them are breaking the law. Some of them are. If Google proves to be like against somehow violating antitrust laws, then that's a thing. But I don't know, is that a thing for Amazon? Like, is that technically against the law? Or even social media? Can like with their ideas, I've heard them say that we are a platform, we're not responsible for the content. But then they decide what you can and can't say or do on the platform, right? Thereby some claiming liability for the content. So it's like you can't have it both ways, but is there a clear-cut law on it? So that's what that leads me to believe, that there's a real appetite to get some clear-cut law on the books and to break up some of this big tech. Because baby, the people ain't having it. The people's is not having it. And my mouth is so freaking dry. It was leg day today, y'all. I think I sweated out all my water in my body because my mouth is super dry. Woo! So, baby, that was a lot. That's what I got today. That was a lot. I got to eat now. That was a whole lot. We about to round it out. If y'all want to get your last little super comments or super chats in, now is the time to do it. I missed somebody's yesterday. I'm so sorry. Like I logged off, but I came back and I saw a super comment and I was like, oh, we already done with the show. So I do apologize. I'm going to drop the link right here. That is where you can get your Goalie Gummies. Go ahead. They're doing 20% off right now. Affiliate link. Also, the expansion. Somebody said you need a Goalie Gummy. I'm going to mess around and eat the whole bottle. And I don't want to because they just got here. And they're not going to send me another one. So, but that link right there is where you can get your Goalie Gummy. You can also see my production expansion video. If you haven't watched that, definitely check that out. We're expanding. I've scheduled my first meeting with all of the interns. That's super exciting. We're going to be meeting this weekend. All of them have signed their intern agreement. So I'm super excited. That's happening. And you'll be seeing them because we'll do a post about them a little later. So yeah, what else is in that link? I can't even think. I got to eat now. Okay. Oh, my Patreon. Yeah. If you're on the Patreon, make sure you sign up for your one-on-one. If you don't know what Patreon is, tap that link, go and look at Patreon, and then you can sign up and we'll do a one-on-one. They're super fun. We have a good old time. Oh, shout out to you, Erica East. Come through with the super sticker. Thank you so much, sis. Shout out to you. The love is real. The love is real. But yeah, the Patreon is where we do one-on-ones. I had two one-on-ones today, both very informative. Even with our unofficial little brother Jacob, gave me some ideas about some content that I really am going to do surrounding immigration and what that looks like. He kind of cued me in to some things that I did not know. So that was good. And then the other one I thought he was going to be here, but maybe he couldn't make the stream. But he's a physician, he's a cardiologist, and he was talking about COVID and the response, and we talked vaccine, and so that was dope. And we just like that moment, that one-on-one Zoom is for whatever you want to talk about. And so it's been great. I've enjoyed them. So if you are already on the Patreon, make sure that you sign up for your one-on-one. And if you're not, make sure you sign up for the Patreon so you can get your one-on-one and we can talk. Woo! Okay, hold on. We got a super comment. Crystal Osborne says, have you heard about the COVID whistleblower being raided in on Florida? The info is confusing. And I have my one-on-one in 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, Crystal, you weren't here yesterday? Excuse me. You weren't here yesterday? We talked about that. So yeah. No, we watch yesterday's live because we did a whole thing. Okay, your one-on-one is in 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, that's why I hadn't seen it, maybe because I was only looking in December. Oh, Crystal, no, I got you on the 29th. Why I went straight there. Crystal, I got you, Crystal. You see? I got you on the 29th at 12. See, that's what I love that thing because it just automated and it pop into my calendar. And then we be good to go, baby. We be good to go. So, well, I don't know if that's a troll, guys. Now, I don't know. I saw that comment. I see what you're saying. I saw that. Well, hold on. I can't wait. Oh, no, I didn't read the second line. That is a troll. Let me go ahead and block you. See, I just saw Biden hasn't won. Let me not get her no screen time. Child. Hold on. Can I flag this for the FBI? I can't wait for the war. Okay, because that sounds like a threat. Somebody, let me screenshot her, baby. We finna tag Christopher Ray at the FBI. That's what we gonna do. Ain't no thing but a thing. Before I block you, let me take a picture. Boom. Okay, because we take things like that seriously. We sure do. We take things just like that seriously because that is nothing to play with. I feel attacked. You all have it. Oh, yes. Oh, baby, let me get that one too. Because you finna go to jail. Okay, let me go and block you now because we don't have time for that no more. Okay, they blocked y'all. They blocked. Yeah, we don't play about that. I will be sending that down to the YouTube and to tagging the y'all know I've tagged the FBI on Instagram before. Somebody said something crazy to me in the comments. I said, oh no. FBI, do you see this? This is domestic terrorism. Oh no. Oh, don't worry about it, Crystal. I screenshotted it. I got both of them. I got both Snowman 374 TH. Oh yeah, I got both of them. Don't worry about it. We will be getting down there to the FBI, Christopher Ray, CIA, Gina Haspel. I mean, they probably listening on Siri anyway. Could you let the FBI know we got trolls and let them know they talk about war and all that? We need you to go ahead and lock them up real quick. Thank you, Siri. Okay. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, yeah, Crystal, go watch yesterday. Go watch it. Actually, I did 2 lives yesterday, but I talked about it. Both lives from yesterday is exactly the same show, but I hopped on early, so I did a show because I had to go do something, and I felt bad, so I came back and I did the same show again because I wanted to still give people the information. So, yeah, Aaron say it's the sip for me. Yeah, we don't play about that. So yeah, guys, that's it. I don't know how they be finding me. I don't know how, I ain't even announced that I was going live. Like, how did you even find me? Oh wait, yes, I did. Anyway, let's move on. So this has been real, guys. I've had a great time. No, this is a cup I got when I went to Jamaica, like 6 years ago. This is an old cup. Y'all just ain't never seen it because I really don't. Typically, I don't drink out of this cup. But yeah, no. Me and Tammy Thurston are working on our cup though. I'm waiting on my guy to send me the graphic. Yeah. So that's it. Guys, this has been fun. Thank you so much for all the super comments and super chats. Y'all loaded me up today. That's beautiful. We'll be back tomorrow here. We'll be back tomorrow. So, come on with it. Come on with it. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you turn on your post notifications. Oh, wait, we got one more before I go. Oh, wait, not that one. Oh, wait, not that one. It keeps moving. I just love you, Q. Shout out to CM20SW. I just love you, Q, and everyone here. Hey, and everyone here. That's what we love. We ride for you. Thank you for all the valuable information today. You are so welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely, guys, make sure you get your golden gummies. Jacob, make sure you study. Everybody tell Jacob to study before we get off this live. I want to see comments. Jacob, go study. Because Jacob needs to go get that undergrad. Okay, we need him to go ahead and get that degree. Okay, make sure you study. Tell Jacob to study on y'all way out there. I'm not seeing the comments. I can't end the live until I see people telling Jacob to go study. That's just on period. We're gonna sit here and look at each other. We're gonna sit here and look at each other. Study, Jacob. Correct. Study. Okay, study. Because we'll be checking in with you from time to time. Make sure them grades right. Okay, you didn't messed up. You didn't told me too much of your business on our one-on-one. You didn't messed up. We not even having. You see all these people telling you to go study. You are our unofficial little brother. Go study. We need you to get that degree. Since you came over here to get it, let's get the degree, okay? And let's do great things with it. Thank y'all so much. We will be back tomorrow at 7. We'll be back at our normal time at 7 tomorrow. It's been great. It's always fun. Love you all so much. And I'll see you on the other side. A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts. So come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.